Well, hello, hello, and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this new moon in January to full moon in February. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons Mel for short, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and real happy to be reading for you today from my lovely home office, my dining room. In Holbrook, Long Island. If you are new to the channel, please do like and subscribe. As you can see, I'm making my way closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. No pun intended, though there's always a pun intended with me. So that I can monetize and do super live chat and all that kind of stuff. And I've made a promise to my subscribers that I would do a little ditty called Drunk Tarot once a month for the first couple of months or so. See how that goes as an incentive. There's a link in the description box below, a clarifying Drunk Tarot video that I did last year, my favorite of 2019. Go check it out. I think you'll want to subscribe if you do. Cool, cool. Before we get down to business with this actual reading, though, please keep in mind this is a general read, meaning that, you know, you can read some of the people all of the time. You can read, actually, you can't even read some of the people all the time. That shit moves, right? It shifts. You just can't read everybody accurately every single time. That's why we're looking at zodiacal collectives, in this case, Sun, Moon, Rising signs for an entire zodiacal house, right? Fourth house, Cancerian. That's a lot of people. So please take what resonates. Your water signs are one of the more intuitive ones. Whatever resonates in the body, take that. Even if it's upsetting, take that as, oh, okay, what's that about, right? You're the mothers of the zodiac. Love that inner child if it gets triggered, right? Let it tell you what's going on. Otherwise, I know a reading's not for me when I get like, meh, right? Like intellectually, I could play with it, but if it doesn't do something in the body and the energy field, I just let it go. And that's why I always do Sun, Moon, Rising signs, right? At least for the What Do I Need reads, so that you can get other percentages of information. Depending, like I'm a Pisces moon, I'm a Virgo sun, but a Pisces moon. So like I find the readings that I do for that I watch for Pisces really speak more to who I am, or at least hit me more emotionally, just saying, right? So please do check your other signs. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Because a What Do I Need read is a little bit different from what I have seen on YouTube. It's kind of what I do for myself, and I think it's what a lot of readers do for themselves. Like, they'll check a card a day saying, okay, angels, what's my card of the day, right? You know, maybe just do a cut. This is like that, but different. It's saying, what do I need for today, right? It's like if you're going to pull a card of the day, try that. You can feel the vibration of just the asking of the question, what do I need, right? And it takes a certain amount of spiritual humility to say, okay, I'm a soul that was chosen to incarnate as this being with this body, with this name, playing this role, right? What do I need to play the role today? What do I need to be aware of? What do I need to do? What do I need to think? What do I need to focus on? And even if you're drawing like an animal totem, what is the animal totem I need to be aware of today, right? So it's coming to the divine through a divination system with a bit of humility and a willingness, right? And what else really do we need? So this we're not doing for the day. We're doing it for a 2-week period, a new moon to a full moon, so that you will be able to see what to, you know, cast for or intend or work towards or wax, right? Something that you're going to build upon gradually over 2 weeks. Cool, cool. I guess that's about it, except to please breathe consciously, right? You're going to breathe anyway. But even doing that preamble, I can see that I started off kind of calm, but the energy picks up. So for me to stay in my body, so I don't go so fast and bulldoze over information, right? That I'm tuned to the present moment with the breath. To find that delicious still point where the divine resides, always, in the here and now, in the still point, right? So if you're doing the same on your end, you're tuning to the same still point that I am in the present moment of the now and the divine. So you're actually tuning to the reading at the same time I am translating the energy of the reading into words and through divination systems. Cool, cool? Let's do this. Nice deep breath, please. Cancers. We're going to start with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to be the voices of the Divine Feminine, the goddess herself. In my case, there are 3 goddesses that sit in the throne of Cancer. We've got Hestia, the Virgin, Hera, the Mother, and Hecate, the Crone. Hera, Hestia, Hecate. Ah, here we go. My goddesses, please. One card in clarity for this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do they need? A tarot card. This is the only tarot card in the spread. Oh, all the decks that I'm reading are in the description box below if I didn't say that already. Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the Divine Feminine, because this is lunar. We're not going to pick a Divine Masculine card using the Mythic Tarot like I usually do. So my goddesses, considering this is the only tarot, please, a tarot card, a Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Give us a picture, give us a scene, give us some information. What does the Cancerian, there we go, collective sun, moon, rising sign need? It's this one. What do they need this new moon to full moon next? Because it's going to be new moon, well, it's actually today, the day I'm doing it, in Aquarius, to full moon in Leo. Interesting. The Piscean card. Now, this came up with Virgo as well. I remember it because I'm a Virgo with a Pisces moon. And I remember going, that's really, really weird. But when a court card comes up in this position in a what do I need spread, does it mean that the Cancerians need a Pisces in their life? It's more saying that you need to tune into your intuition. You need to tune into your element of water, but not as a Cancerian through a Piscean thing, which tends to be more connecting with the unconscious, the 12th house, right? The unconscious mind, mysticism, where Cancerians are highly, highly, highly intuitive and emotional. That's usually the word you see associated with them because they're water signs, but because of the changing of the signs of the moon. Not just the signs of the moon, the phases of the moon. The moon is always changing, yet it's not considered mutable water. It's considered cardinal or creative water. The sign of Cancer. The sign of Pisces is mutability. It's mutable water, changing water. You think more the ocean, right? The ebb and flow of the tide, never ceasing to move, or like rivers, right? Something that's always in motion there. And there is something deep, and of course these words that you use to go into the unconscious mind, it's deep, it's unfathomable, it's emotional. But also know it's extremely empathic. Yes, all water signs are empathic, but Pisces can tune itself to the collective unconscious and be feeling things in all of humanity, if not all of life. Now, I think that's true for all of us, regardless of our signs in a certain way, because we are all manifestations of the quantum field. We're all hidden children of the divine, however you want to explain oneness and multiplicity, right? We're all one, but we appear to be distinct individual unique manifestations of that one. This is a very strong emotional thing here. So you, like, what do you need? You might need to know that there's probably going to be a little bit more intuitive emotional depth going on for you, which is why we're going to use these other cards. All right, we're in. Well, I'm in now. Let's do this. Nice deep breath. Because even the angels are saying, it's like, well, you have, the Cancerian has its shell and its claws, so there can be a lot more going on in the inside world than the outside world with this one. So just be aware of that. New moon to full moon next. Still point. My angels, please. One card in clarity. A healing with the angels. Oracle, Doreen Virtue. What is the perfect angelic energy, the healing angel, that this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising can tune to? What do they need? What's the angel of healing they need? This new moon to full moon next. New in Aquarius to full in Leo, January to February 2020. Please, my angels, one card in clarity. What do they need? Healing, okay? This may very well be about emotional healing. Now, oh, that term, emotional healing, right? It sounds, it's two words that encompasses every ocean on the planet, right? Every sea, every tributary, every river, every pond, every puddle. There's a lot to it. I mean, the foundation of it, and I've heard this said by some of the best healers I've ever worked with personally or studied with or under. You got to feel it to heal it, but that's how you release it. That there's a biochemistry to emotions that as you express them, you are literally detoxing from not just your energy field, but from your cell tissue. the amino acids and what's the other word? Hormones, and all of that emotional stuff goes through the bloodstream. So the emotional healing part is definitely element of water, right? Your tears are holy water when you heal. It is about emotional release and healing. And with that Piscean thing, don't be surprised if you are feeling, therefore healing other people's stuff. If you are truly a divine feminine first wave of ascension, pick your language, how you want to see that, right? An empath, pick your words. But if you have to feel it to heal it, and you are feeling other people's stuff, then you are healing on their behalf. Now you might say, what the hell do I want to do that? Clickety click, 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 click. I'm a crap. Stay out of my energy field. Well, what if you processing some of their emotional upset keeps them from beating a child? Yeah, I went there, right? Or abusing an animal. Or hurting themselves, right? It's like, all right, so they will learn their lesson some other way. Let this one pour through me. Because my guides have even said to me in some of my worst, what I consider my worst emotional moments of emotional healing, which they say are the best because you're releasing these huge chunks from the subconscious and unconscious. They said only 2% of that was you. The rest was like your neighbors and everybody else on planet Earth feeling that at that moment. And I was like, well, glad to be of service. And then I slept for 3 days, right? So let's take a nice deep breath and let's ask the masters through the love pack, Chuck Spezzano's love pack, because I'm only using half the deck. He only plays with half the deck. The other half of the deck is the suit of problems, and they are back here, away from these readings. We'll pick those up for the What Do I Need's waning moon. For the waxing moon, we're working with the other 3 suits, the suits of luck, the suits of healing, and the suits of grace. So let's get you a piece, because then the masters are saying, here's something that you can focus on, right? What do you need? You need to focus on this piece of luck, this piece of grace, or this piece of healing to deal with this. Cool, cool. Nice deep breath for me. Oh, my masters, there you are, please. One card in clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising Sign. What do they need? What do they need? What do they need for this new moon to full moon next? Considering they've got the Piscean card and the card of healing, that speaks of very deep, very emotional healing going on, not just for them, for the collective. So my masters, a clue, a tip, a hint. What do they need for this new moon to full moon next? Orgasm. Okay. Well, okay there. Well, you need to come. You need to explode. Now look, I'll be the first to say that I have had orgasms that are non-sexual. I've had spiritual orgasms, exploding with the love of God as both noun and verb. And I can't really explain it better than that right now, but there's a moment where for me, I've experienced it again and again. It reduces me to a puddle of tears of joy. I dissolve. Where I experience the love of the divine as both noun and verb. That's just simultaneously, it implodes it. Contemplate it. Maybe you'll catch a whiff of it. It's worth it. But aside from that definition, there's an emotional orgasm, sure, but there is also the biological one, the releasing of stress, right, through an explosion. So let's keep in mind this Piscean energy with healing. This could be a very, very, very high vibrational, if you want to use that language, emotion sweeping through you, a wave of energy that may not be as painful as we are so immediately. Did you see how even I did it? Like immediately we went into the uh-oh category, where this is waxing moon. This is, by the way, the suit of luck. So it's sort of like, yay, you get to do some of, I don't know about all of, but some of this emotional healing in an orgasmic way. Cancel your plans for the weekend unless you got really good ones made. Let's take a nice deep breath and we will ask the higher selves of all involved what's going on using the Whispers of Love Oracle, which I love this stack. Nice deep breath, please. Still point. Ah, the higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity for this Cancerian collective. Sun, moon rising sign. What do they need for this new moon in Aquarius to full moon next? Considering we got that Cancerian card, which is the dominant energy here, the tarot card of the Maiden of Cups, the Mermaid. The ability to, yes, breach above and then dive real deep, like the dolphin in both worlds. With healing from the angels. That they're healing with the angels, Oracle is saying healing. And the masters are talking about orgasm, which I cannot shake, even if it's a tiny part of the collective here. The spiritual orgasm, a near tantric experience where the heart and the body and the soul and the mind and the biology sync up and boom. Quite the emotional healing release. So the higher selves of all involved, please. One card for this Cancerian collective new moon to full moon next. What do they need? Now, usually these can be a little direct. Treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So I'm going to stick with what I said there. Yeah, there may very well be a sexual component here, because you know what? This deck, this kind of says obviously sexual, but then this one could have been very sexual as well as this could have been. This feels a little bit different. Yes, there again may be a sexual component here, but to treasure your loved ones, to start treasuring your loved ones, even if it's not sexual, like over the next 2 weeks, little by little, wax it, little by little by little by little, because what it does is it sort of like builds a charge, like recharging your battery, perhaps for something a bit more of a champagne cork pop, so to speak. Treasure your loved ones. Like there are moments where, you know, I'll go upstairs to my bedroom. I got a big king-size bed. I love my king-size bed. And my 3 kitty cats, my 3 boys, will be like in the sunlight, right? Just like stretched out. And I'll curl up. I'll try and find the center of the triangle of the 3 of them, like sit in the middle. And my love for them, I treasure them so much that it brings tears to my eyes. And sometimes I have to redo my eyeliner and mascara because this is YouTube, and you should be able to see my eyelashes on YouTube, right? But that's the thing. Would I call it an orgasm? No. But I know that feeling of treasuring them, where the gratitude and the love, and they just stare at me like, what are you weeping about now, witch? But that's cats for you. Unlike dogs who'd be licking it off my face, which I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I had Newfoundlands growing up as a boy. Once you've had Newfoundlands, it's like, it's okay. I've had the dog experience fully. I would love to have a Newfie, but those are big poops, just saying. Anyway, our last deck down, my Cancerians, we are going to look at the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Brilliant, brilliant deck. A bunch of my clients have bought them after me reading them face-to-face, as well as some people watching the channel have gone out and got them. I'm not getting any kickbacks. I just find him to be fascinating. I find what he brings through to be so refreshing, like an astringent on the third eye. Third Eye Windex, Matt Kahn. It's a good title, except copyright Windex. They're not going to let you take that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to ask the masters again. They're the ones that gave us the orgasm card. So let's tune into that. The Healing Mantra deck is really cool. On one side of the card is the name of the mantra, which is good, so I can look it up and you can remember it. I actually put that in the title of the video. The other side of the card is the mantra itself. And what's written in the book is very, very helpful and concise, a little bit. It's not pages and pages. Cool, cool. So help me find the still point, because this is the mantra. Like, if you remember anything else, remember the mantra. Because the more you can integrate it, right? Just think it, say it. I mean, you don't have to go overboard with it. A mantra is to trigger something within the soul, not to change your behavior. It's not like an affirmation. It's just not. A mantra is about unlocking something, almost like a passcode or a PIN code, to unlock something from the soul into the personality, if that makes sense. It's got to, in other words, the soul doesn't need it. The personality does, right? And we're all of that inside for eyes. Nice deep breath. Still point. My Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity for this Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising sign for this new moon to full moon next. The goddesses are talking the Piscean card. Very emotional, very deep. The angels themselves indicating the angels of healing at work here. You yourselves said orgasm, and the higher selves treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply, which is so here in these two, feeling that so, not just in my heart, in my gut, in my belly. So my Ascended Masters, please, what is the ultimate healing mantra for them? The best, the most truly helpful, the most healing mantra, considering they got healing on the table for this Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising sign, what is their healing mantra for this new moon to full moon next? A lot of chit-chat, but they put it in my hands. Healing heartbreak. I've gotten this one. Healing heartbreak. This is a waxing moon thing. This orgasm, this vibe, this treasuring the love, treasuring the ones you love, it's going to heal your heartbreak. Now, before I read the mantra and what's in the book, I've had my heart broken so many times, not just by lovers, if only just by lovers, all sorts of people. And heartbreak is essentially another word for disappointment, right? Expectations are the seeds of heartbreak. Try and live without expectations. It's ultimately about learning how to love all of that stuff within you. There is a way to heal it. The only way out is through. And so I'm going to read this mantra having gotten this and having been healing a particular heartbreak from last year. Just know that I understand how this will sound when I first say the mantra. Breathe through it and give it time. The mantra for healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. Now, whatever comes up when you say that, my heart will love again. Because when I first read it, it went, the inner child, like, went all fetal, like potato bugged, armadillo, just, no. You love that. That's what's coming up to be love. It's only coming up to be loved. So, healing heartbreak. I wanted to give you a little preface there because, look, some people are calling me the true love witch. Fine. Fine, I'm working on a book called The Path of True Love. You know, I'm down with it. It's great. It's wonderful. But it's a warrior's path, and certainly being a witch, more helpful than you think. So, let me read you this. Healing heartbreak. My heart will love again. Breathe. When heartbreak is healed, you are able to learn and grow from each relationship, no matter who you believe is to blame. As heartbreak is seen as life's way of breaking your heart open to expand the love you are able to give and receive, it becomes easier to pick up the pieces of your innocence and invite greater intimacy into your life. This card is ideal for dealing with resentment, releasing the past, and healing grief. My heart will love again, because your heart will love again, because your heart is love. So putting this together, and as intense as that last piece of information was from the Masters, keep in mind, same ones that gave you the card of orgasm. So how vulnerable do I want to be here? I can say it. There have been times, and I mean this, oh, here's the piece of humor. Thank you, my Shecky collective. I've had sex so good that it has brought me to tears. Hopefully we all have. Oh, please, may all beings be blessed with sex that moves them to tears. It's so good. Please, the world would heal so fucking fast. Fucking fast. Pun intended and not. But when it is true love, when it is healing, in other words, where it's this deep collective life energy, moving chi, prana, cluster unfuck going on in your energy field because it's healing, and an orgasm that's just boom, and treasuring your loved ones, feeling that wave of emotion pour through you, then that is the healing of the heartbreak. That is what you need. And honey, your heart's going to heal eventually anyway. I say, since you're a soul that chosen to incarnate to play the role, heal heartbreak not just for you, but for everyone else on planet Earth through the collective unconscious, and who knows, maybe elsewhere, other timelines of other lifetimes, allowing yourself to move through it in an orgasmic way, which really, how hard could it be? How hard could it get? And again, if that is not like biologically sexual for how it plays out, you know, although I apologize in advance, I hope it is, but maybe it's not, right? Maybe it is just that emotional explosion. Either way, may the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising signs be blessed with all that they need this new moon to full moon next January to February 2020, that they may heal, that they may grow, that they may come, that they may orgasm, that they may treasure their loved ones and heal their heartbreak, literally and emotionally, for the well-being of all. And so it is. Thank you for watching. What a wild read. Please do like, subscribe, go watch that Drunk Tarot video. I think you'll get a kick out of it, particularly after the reading. You might need to laugh. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed for this new moon to full moon next. My crablets, my crab cakes. But for now, as ever and as always, hail, farewell, and I really, really mean it. Bless your heart. Blessed, blessed, blessed be.